What's up, guys? What's going on? Bobby Lad here, and today we're gonna be doing a little champion guide today. I play Garen a lot, and I wanted to teach y'all how to play Garen just like I do. So I think we're just gonna kick it off right here, talking generally about Garen. He's a massive tank, perfect for starting players in the game. I pretty much started with playing Garen. That's what my friends started me with, and I'm very thankful for that because he's pretty simple to play, and once you get him, he's very strong in the game. He's just strong bully and solo lane, which you must do early game if you want to be viable at all late game. You need to start doing pretty well early game, not feed the enemy, because that will not be beneficial towards you or your team. He's generally played top, but he's not too versatile in other lanes, although he is very strong in top. I mean, I have seen him mid before, but it didn't really work out too well. So, pretty much just playing top, yeah. And now on to his abilities. He has very strong passive, one of my favorite passives in the game. It allows you to sustain in lane like forever. And by the way, he has no abilities that use mana whatsoever, so you can pretty much use your abilities as you wish. You don't want to spam them though, because if you get caught out without any of your abilities, they can pretty much pummel you. So you want to be very wary of that. Okay, and onto your passive. I think it's called Perseverance. After no damage from monsters or champions for 9 seconds, I don't know why it's 9, but I'd rather that than 10, obviously. He gains a lot of health regen, so he's pretty much, if you lose a trade, you could just stay back for like 15 seconds and just get the health back. I mean, the health regen that he gets is pretty insane. It's very strong. It allows you to stay in lane and control the wave push and stuff, because you don't take damage from minions pretty much, because your regen doesn't get reset by minion damage, so you can just tank it all you want whenever you're pushing lane. Okay, Garen's Q removes all slowing effects when it's used and gains 35% movement speed for a few seconds. His next basic attack will deal more AD and silences the target. The silence can be used in team fights to stop a carry from dealing massive amounts of damage to your team. The speed boost allows Garen to escape from potential deaths or ganks, or possibly just dash straight to the carry, avoiding all slows and stuff like that. I get this ability to start and max at second. It's just one of his strongest abilities to start off with and to have, and I max at second because your main damage dealing item is going to be, or not item, your ability is going to be max first. I'll tell you all about that later. His W, he has a passive and an active form of it. His passive is that he gains 20% armor and MR, magic resist, from the amount of armor and magic resist that he already has. So say he has like 100 armor and MR, he gets an additional 20% of 100 added to each of those. So it's very strong. It allows him to become so tanky in the game. If you just build armor and magic resist to scale it, I mean, it's just insane how strong it is. It gives him like strong tankiness in team fights as well. I mean, this ability is so strong because what his active does is it shields Garen for a few seconds, reducing damage and crowd controls by 30%. It allows Garen to absorb much damage during team fights, allowing your carries to do damage without much fear of dying. You max it last and grab it third, because it's not really necessary in the first 2 levels of the game, and I mean, it still deals 30% of a shield to you, no matter what level. Once you have all 3 abilities, feel free to trade with the enemy, because I mean, early game Garen is such a bully because he has a speed up to the enemy. He can silence them, do a lot of damage. He can tank a lot of damage with his W, and then he can get the health back that he might lose through his passive. So now on to his E. Garen will spin his sword around him, dealing all area of effect damage. So like AoE damage, you'll hear that a lot. A little circle around him for 3 seconds. It reduces the duration of slows by 1/2 and does damage per second to nearby enemies. Garen moves through minions during or while activated. So you can chase down an enemy pretty well by just moving through minions, but you will be slowed by the minions for 20 seconds. I mean, not 20 seconds, for 20%. It's his main damage dealing ability. I max it first, but I grab it second because I like to have my Q first to do a little silence and dash away. You could trade it with him early level 1 with your Q before they can even hit you. It's a great for wave clear. It allows you to control your lane pretty well, so that if you're mid struggling, you could just push lane up to their turret and just use your decisive strike, your Q, to run straight to mid as fast as possible and get an unsuspected gank and possibly put your mid person back in the game or snowball them even harder. Okay, on to Garen's ult now. His ult is used to execute low-level, high-potential damage dealing targets. So in team fights, you want to rush straight to the enemy carry. You want to hit him with a Q to silence him, hit him with the E to do a lot of damage. All this time you're going to want to have W active because they're going to be killing you probably, and then you want to ult him at the end, maybe finish him off with a knight if it doesn't finish him. But the reason it's a great execute for killing enemy champions is because it gives additional physical damage and magic damage due to how much HP they're missing. So the lower that health they are, the higher damage you'll do. So you want to time it properly. You want to know exactly how much it's doing. So keep checking on the damage that does as you level up and stuff like that. Okay, so his basic ability combo, I already said it multiple times. You want to activate your W, run in, silence him, hit him with the E, and then alt ignite. And that's pretty much what it's going to have to do. The items. He has a pretty basic item build. You want to start with 1 health pod and Doran shield. Gives you a lot of sustain early in the game. Next, you're going to want to grab boots like Merc Treads. I like the Merc Treads for CC reduction over the Ninja Tabby, but those are the only two you're really going to want, unless you want to go like really annoying Garen and just get mobility boots and like chase people down with your Q and mobility boots. But after that, I would work towards a chain armor and then move that into a Sunfire Cape with another Giant's Belt. If they have strong AP, if their mid player is getting pretty strong, or they have like an Annie support who's killing everybody, which she wouldn't. I mean, she shouldn't, but she can. I would get a Maw of Mount Mortius or a Spirit Visage. Later on in the game, all these items are very viable. You have a Randuin's Omen, you have Warmog, you have Black Cleaver, or Last Whisper. I mean, they all scale with Garen very well, and that's a pretty much basic item build. His masteries are 9, 21, 0. You want the tankiness for armor and MR. Make sure you get all those masteries out. For your runes, you want to get greater Quints of Armor Pen. You want to get greater Marks of Armor Pen, greater Seals of Armor, and greater Glyphs of MR. So overall, Garen, you would just want to build armor and MR to scale with his W, use his Q to get to carries. His abilities don't use mana, so you're never going to really be behind. You want to bully early game. Garen's just a very strong tank and deals massive damage all the way throughout the game with his E and his ult and ignite. I mean, he's just a very strong choice for anyone who's starting, and even people who know how to play the game already. If you know how to play Garen, you can do so much damage in a team fight and tank so much damage that it'll turn the game around. And I hope this guide really helped a few of y'all to hone in on your Garen skills if you haven't already. And please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, do whatever. I'm trying to get this channel to be pretty popular. So I hope this guide helped y'all, and have a good day and good luck with your games.